A balmy Elysian island of untouched beauty. An open jungle to be explored, manipulated, and mastered. Where a boy can't resist the urge to swim in hidden lagoons. To harness the power of fire. To perfect the art of hunting. To stand upon the mountain summit and look upon the land as a pioneer, a king, an unsurpassable predator. But in the shadows, huddled together like prey, these boys are hunted by creatures of their imagination, monsters of the mind that feed on primordial fear, growing larger, emerging from the unconscious as a snake-like phantom that the boys call the Beast. This is William Golding's Lord of the Flies. In a place of unspeakable beauty, we witness acts of unspeakable evil. The Lord of the Flies was published in 1954, in a world shaken by the monumental suffering of global warfare, the excessive horrors of the Gulag and the concentration camp, while entering terrifying new visions of destruction brought about by the nuclear age. The premise? A group of boys must learn the art of survival and self-governance after their plane, on its way to evacuate the boys from atomic war, crashes on an uninhabited island. Leaders and followers emerge with aims that form opposing doctrines, and a battle between the best and worst of human impulses plays out within the group as well as the self. Unfortunately, it is not mankind's better self which ultimately prevails. Civilized order erupts in the flames of chaos. Innocence succumbs to the gratifying temptations of sadistic violence. And man's individuality dissolves into the unthinking collectivism of the tribe.
Whoever holds the conch gets to speak. That's the rule.
Is this like assembly, sir?
Yeah. Except anybody who wants to speak gets to.
But not before they get the conch.
Right.
Let's meet our novel's hero, Ralph. Ralph is described as a fair-haired boy, athletic and playful, with eyes that proclaimed no devil. After leadership is thrust upon him, he begins a civilizing campaign of building huts and maintaining a signal fire in the hopes of being rescued. However, Ralph never escapes his central dilemma: to give in to the seductive energies of his animal urges, the id, or to exercise restraint and obey his inner judge, his superego. In his own words, he would like to put on war paint and be a savage, but he fears that man's transformation into animal will be irreversible. Though society is only a distant memory, Ralph clings to the abstract notions of order, morality, and justice, if only by a thread. The problem with Ralph's project is that it relies upon goodwill without providing incentives and rewards. Worse, Ralph's insistence on civic duty turns into nagging, which fails to foster a sense of solidarity and unity. It is no wonder that the boys drift towards Jack's hive-like tribe, where the quasi-religious ritual of hunting is accompanied by chanting and the exhilaration of bloodlust. According to Jonathan Haidt, chanting and marching in unison pulls humans fully but temporarily into the higher of our two realms, the realm of the sacred, where the self disappears and collective interests predominate. And it is only in the realm of the sacred that the boys can withstand the profound sense of uncertainty, aloneness, and dread represented by the beast. But collectivism not only binds, it also blinds, and so the boys stumble across the moral Rubicon that separates hunting animals and slaying humans. In exchanging their individuality for the sanctuary of the tribe, the boys invite chaos and descend into hell. The island, once a paradise, is infected by mankind's moral decay, symbolized by the rotting, fly-ridden head of a pig, Beelzebub, the Hebrew name for the devil, or Lord of the Flies. By the end of the novel, Ralph's illusions of innocence are shattered. He lies on the sand, seconds away from being hunted by a mob of bloodthirsty boys, and he can only weep for the end of innocence and the darkness in man's heart. True evil, it appears, is ineffable. Its horrors render us paralyzed and speechless. Similarly, Golding, recalling his experience of the Second World War, says, "There were things done during that period from which I still have to avert my mind lest I should be physically sick. I do not want to elaborate this." The problem faced by Ralph is one that we are still wrestling with in the West. How do we reap the benefits of a cohesive, collectivist society centered on sacred rituals of shared meaning, while protecting our democracies from the corrosive effects of groupthink and tyrannical power?